I'm feeling incredibly burnt out today, much like a lot of you guys are trying to grow on Twitch. So let's skip the fluff and talk about 5 toxic streaming mistakes that are completely draining your energy and making you want to quit. Mistake number 1 is the grind set delusion. You probably watched a video where some guru decided to tell you that you needed to stream 8 hours a day in order to actually be seen. But the problem is that Twitch has zero discoverability. So when you're streaming 8 hours a day and you're literally in the trenches, no one's actually watching you. Which when you're streaming to an empty room, it makes you feel like you're talking to a wall. Not a lot of people talk about the mental toll it takes on you when you have to force the smile and be on for 8 hours when you're literally talking to nobody. It's a pretty quick way to drain your social battery and make you not want to do it anytime soon, which starts to make you resent streaming, and we don't want that. Instead of streaming 8 hours a day in the trenches, I like to give myself the 3-hour rule. Basically, I just give myself 3 hours maximum to stream, and then you can use your other 5 hours you've just acquired on making more discoverable content, doing things you actually enjoy, and leveling up your stream in other ways other than streaming, like getting better at storytelling. But moving on to mistake number 2, and that's the editing trap. So once we've discovered the harsh truth that there's literally no discoverability on Twitch, that means you have to create TikTok shorts and Instagram reels, which means you got to edit short form clips. So a new streamer would go and do their stream already exhausted from streaming, and then they'd go to their past broadcast over here, they click download, wait 20 minutes for this 3-hour VOD to download, then open up Premiere Pro or an editing software and then manually edit everything, which takes even more hours, which is exhausting. You're trying to be a streamer, an editor, and a manager all in one person. But unfortunately, you gotta do this in order to get seen these days. Making short form clips of my content has literally netted me millions of views collectively on my social media, which Twitch could never do, which is why instead of editing everything manually, I have to automate it, because I don't want to edit for 6 hours. That's a bunch of busy work. It's gonna drain me. That's why I use Nexus Clips, which sponsored the short segment in the video, so I can show you how I automate all my clips. Literally, you just sign up, connect your Twitch or YouTube account, then you do your stream. Then after your stream's done, you'll get an email and it'll automatically find the best clips for you, or you can edit your own clips by dragging them into the import clip option. Then it does all the heavy lifting for you. Like all you have to do is click on framing. You can pick wherever you are in the camera. So if we have a full screen like just chatting, that's fine. Or you can do a miniature face cam. So if you're doing some gameplay, you pick your face cam here and then you put your gameplay in the middle or wherever your gameplay's at. But then you can do subtitles, which is the captions that hold people's attention. So that way they can actually keep watching your video, which ultimately gives you more viewer duration, which the algorithm will then push your video out to more people, netting more views. It's kind of a domino effect. So all you got to do is pick a preset. I like this one, and then it just has it on the screen. You can go and edit them if you need to. You can also put your little Twitch sticker or YouTube sticker, TikTok sticker, whatever. You can just click it, and then you can just put it on the timeline at the bottom wherever you want. You can also move it and change the duration, as well as adding a hook. So that's like the text that goes on the screen at the beginning. So that way you can actually capture your viewers' attention. So literally, instead of spending hours inside Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, I can literally crank out a short form video in less than, I'd say, maybe 2 minutes. And then you just rinse and repeat for all your other epic moments for your stream. Then when it's all done, all you got to do is hit share in the top right corner, and you can download it and then manually upload it, or you can connect your TikTok or YouTube account and then it'll automatically publish it from Nexus. So if you're ready to automate your clips consistently, because consistency is the name of the game to grow these days, then you can use my discount code down below to give Nexus Clips a shot. Link is in description. Mistake number 3 is the Ghost Town Discord. First off, if you don't have a Discord, that's your first problem. Go and make a free Discord and literally just keep it to like 3 text channels. You don't need anything fancy, less is more. Then when you actually have a Discord channel and you start inviting people, don't just have a going live channel where everyone dumps their links, because you actually need to engage with your community. Think about having like a pet pictures channel. That's really popular. For my private Discord, the food pics is a really good one. Everyone likes posting their food. It's a good way for the community to post. We also have a show and tell, so people can actually show like what they've been making. I got a wins category, so everyone can show off their wins and celebrations and achievements they've been hitting. The moral of the story here is to keep it simple and streamline it until you get a fleshed out community, and then you can start adding more channels on top of them. And if you want to ask me questions in my private Discord community, you can click the masterclass link in the description where you can find out more. Mistake number 4 is going to be relying on just word of mouth. Unfortunately, no one's going to actually know you have a Discord server or any other socials unless you tell them. And obviously you can tell them verbally during your streams, like, hey guys, join the Discord if you want to hang out after stream, but you can also automate it to make it even easier. Let me show you how. First, you'll want to pick your chatbot of choice, and if you don't have one, then just stay until the end of the video where I'll show you my favorite. But we're using Stream Elements today, so just go to your chatbot and then go to where it says timers, and these are going to be what's going to be your automated funnel for telling people about your Discord and other socials. All you got to do is add a new timer. You can name it whatever you want. Then in your response message, come up with a fun message that basically says, hey, join the Discord and start posting pictures of your pets or something like that. And then you can set the interval right here. So every time, let's say you've been streaming for 20 minutes, it's just going to post it in the chat with the Discord link. That way you don't have to verbally keep reminding your chatters that you you have a Discord and why they should join the Discord. Automation these days is everything because we only got 24 hours in a day and our social batteries are running out real quick. Mistake number 5 is the live-only mindset. These years, the internet moves way too fast. If you only exist in your viewers' heads when your live button is glowing red because you're currently broadcasting, your viewer's gonna replace you with another streamer as soon as you log off. You need to build a brand and a presence for yourself somewhere that's not just Twitch. You can have your Twitch channel, that's fantastic, but you need to exist somewhere else. It could be Instagram. It could be TikTok. Can even be my least favorite social platform, Twitter/X. I really just don't see the appeal in it. Same with Facebook. Facebook sucks too. The important part here is just making sure that you're reminding your viewers that you exist off of Twitch too. So whatever social platform you end up using, make sure to take the most advantage of it. If you're on Instagram, make sure you're posting Instagram stories. If you're on YouTube, try a community poll. If you're on Twitter, try replying to people's tweets. The more engagement that you can engage with your audience and remind people that you exist, the more you're gonna humanize yourself, because that's what's most important these days is authenticity. And if all this sounds super overwhelming to you, you can grab my free pre-stream cheat sheet linked in the description down below. And like I mentioned earlier, I have a video showing you one of my favorite chatbots and how to use it. So go click on this video to the side of me right there, give it a watch, and I'll see you in that video.